Clough, getting the right diagnosis is critical in getting the care that you need. And ahead at 5:30, how some retired doctors and nurses are now making themselves available for a second opinion.
And up next, increasing equality, the extra effort some women have to take just to match their male counterparts, and where they say change needs to start.
Plus, border battle, the major change that could come in just more than a week.
Well, restrictions that have been in place for about a year now could soon go away. The Associated Press reporting the Canadian government is not expected to renew its vaccine requirement for crossing the border. Right now, it's scheduled to expire at the end of the month. Canada opened the land borders to fully vaccinated Americans last fall. You would not need to fill out your vaccination information in the ArriveCan app. Opponents in a race for Congress are both raising questions about a plan to put wind turbines in Lake Erie.
Yeah, this is a battle over the impact on the environment here, local businesses and your bottom line. There are already about a dozen wind turbines just south of downtown Buffalo, pretty prevalent there. You've probably seen them. Diamond Generating Corporation wants to put about 50 more in the lake. Republicans have opposed the plan since it was introduced in 2019.
It would mean no more fishing, interruption in recreation. Instead of our stunning sunsets in lake views, we'll be staring at giant eyesores.
But I am not inclined to go headlong into disturbing the sediment and affecting the water and ignoring the people who are most concerned, the people that live in the area.
Well, Diamond Generating said in 2019 they expected to begin construction this year. No official start date here, though, has been set.
The struggle to make ends meet is reportedly more profound for some people than others. Today is known as Black Women's Equal Pay Day. It marks how long into 2022 a black woman must wait to earn as much as the average white man in 2021. These community leaders say those women earn 62 cents for every dollar a white man makes. They say change needs to start at the top by people who do not feel the effects of this wide gap.
But we need certainly more of our white allies. We certainly need people who are in executive positions to be open to having these conversations and, first of all, admit that there is inequities and then come up with some real solid action plans that organizations are going to execute. Very much.
Community leaders say being a parent only widens that pay gap. They say a black mother makes about half of a white father. Well, your next credit card or mortgage payment might be more expensive. The Federal Reserve is raising interest rates by 3/4 of a point. This is meant to reduce the risk of a recession, but this will make the cost of loan payments shoot up to their highest level since the financial crisis in 2008.
Well, good neighbors want to make sure children are prepped for success this school year. So important. Volunteers from Amazon and teachers from the Blackman School of Excellence in Buffalo handed out literacy kits to 100 children this morning. These kits full of books, activities, and other supplies, and the giveaway part of a partnership with Reading is Fundamental, an effort to foster a love of learning. All right, Buffalo Sabres committing to the man in charge of rebuilding the franchise. The Sabres announcing they have agreed to a multi-year contract extension with general manager Kevin Adams, the Western New York native, about to start his third year with Sabres. It's
yeah.
been a while since the hockey season. They're the Sabres. Buffalo's exhibition season starts on Sunday. So, good news for the continuation of some decent success for the Sabres in recent times.
We have to go catch a game. We talk about the Bills all the time, but go Sabres.
They are the Sabres, yes.
That's how
I'll get it eventually.
You know, you're new.
I know. I'll work on it. Thank you. Mary Beth, we've got some unsettled weather that's been around Western New York all day and perhaps some more this evening.
Yes, and you know what today is? It's the last day of summer.
Oh,
He's excited about that.
Yes, it's going to go out with a bang tonight because we are expecting another line of showers and thunderstorms to come through tonight, and this one should hold together. We had one that fizzled out this afternoon because we did not have a destabilized atmosphere or unstable. It was very stable, but that is all changing now. High temperature today, 80 degrees, 58 the low. Our sun will go down at 7:14. Currently, we're at 76 degrees, and we've got the sunshine in play. The sun is going to help further destabilize the atmosphere this evening. lack of cloud cover, and the dew points are coming up. The humidity is up to 69%, and the winds are stirring up right now too. 76 here, it's 79 in the Falls, 82 right now at Middleport. It's cooler across the southern tier, but all of us seeing that muggy air in place as we go into the evening hours, and those dew point temperatures may actually go up over the next several hours, so that will help to be fuel for a thunderstorm development. Currently, the winds are gusting at 26 miles an hour at the airport, 30 in the Falls, up to 18 across the southern tier. Pretty quiet right now on Doppler, some leftover showers across the southern tier. These are weakening and fizzling out as well. Bradford now seeing some showers back into Cold Spring, but nothing severe at all. We are awaiting the passage of these two cold fronts. They are going to come charging through later tonight, and that's when we are expecting a very strong line of showers and thunderstorms for all of western New York. And you can see it depicted on our model right now, and the models are in agreement with this line coming through tonight. Anywhere between 10 o'clock tonight and 2 in the morning, we could see a line of heavy showers and thunderstorms cross through. Some could approach severe limits. Tomorrow it's going to feel a whole lot like fall. It will be fall with mostly cloudy skies, strong winds tomorrow, and temperatures during the afternoon falling through the 50s. You're going to need the rain gear and the jacket or the heavy sweater tomorrow. It's going to be a spotty shower activity day tomorrow, and then we'll dry it out as we go into Friday. We'll bring back the sunshine, but we won't bring back the warm air just yet. So fall is going to be here, and it's going to come in with a bang as well. Tonight, your forecast mostly cloudy, strong to severe thunderstorms possible later on tonight, closer to midnight. Temperatures slowly falling into the 60s. Tomorrow morning will start out in the upper 50s, and temperatures will be falling through the 50s in the afternoon on the heels of very stiff northwest winds. And then here is your super 7-day forecast. We bring back the sunshine, but it's going to be chilly on Friday. And check out the overnight lows tomorrow night into Friday night, low 40s to mid 40s. That's crazy. Whoa. And then Saturday and Sunday, we finally warm back up. It'll be more seasonal. Saturday looking like the better of the 2 weekend days, and more rain by the end of the weekend into the start of next week.
Grab the hooded sweatshirts.
Yes. Where did the 80s go?
Say goodbye for a while at least. Toodaloo.
It's fall. It's time.
Okay. Yes.
It's time. Thank you, Mary Beth.
Sure.
Well, the mainland U.S. is fortunate to miss Fiona. Tonight at 5:30, the impact the hurricane has already made and where the storm is heading next.
And up next at 5, traffic trouble. How some people in one neighborhood say have plans to make the streets safer, causing as many problems as it solves. All right, welcome back. You might have noticed some changes on a few roads across the city of Buffalo. That includes new bike lanes on places like Forest Avenue. They are meant to help keep everyone safe on the road. But as Kristen Moran reports tonight, some neighbors say things are not exactly going as planned.
These bike lane barriers around Forest Avenue in Buffalo are meant to keep riders safe, but there's one problem. A lot of drivers are not happy with them.
The streets are tight, like very, very tight.
Drivers who live in this area like Husseini Husani tell me these cones are a problem.
This might cause like accident a lot because, especially Grand Street is a busy street.
But Go Bike Buffalo's Kevin Heffernan says what you see from Niagara to Reese streets along Forest Avenue is only part of a survey, which so far has received a lot of positive feedback. He says the purpose of this is to demonstrate what a two-way bike lane could look like in this area.
To narrow those lanes, remove that comfort with speeding is goal number one. To create biking space was kind of the bonus. And by doing all that, you actually make it safer for people walking and safer for drivers.
He tells me the $50,000 project, which added these cones, paint, and traffic markers a few weeks ago, was all paid for with grant money. But after just a few weeks, you'll now notice this.
Every time we see a cone knocked over, that's from a bad driver. And that's what makes it especially frustrating, that someone wasn't paying attention.
According to Heffernan, between 2015 and 2019, 36 people were hit by cars in this area. One of them was a child who was hit and killed. So for him, this is upsetting because the goal for drivers should be simple.
See them as their neighbors, not as their obstacles. Not as their reasons for being 25 seconds later to something.
It's a problem the city of Lackawanna knows all too well. Go Bike helped place permanent barriers on Ridge Road for a few years, but not everyone in the city was on board.
We got so many complaints that we had to have.
Mayor Annette Ifalo tells me although the barriers didn't work out, the city still wanted to consider bikers who ride along this road by repainting lines for them.
So we have it shared with roadway, and this works much better for our community.
Back here in Buffalo, Heffernan says the physical barriers and survey will only be up until mid-November. From there, the feedback goes to city leaders who will decide whether to make this permanent. Krista Moran, 7 News, Buffalo.
All right, ahead here at 5:30 tonight, ripple effects, the broader impact researchers say the pandemic has had on women's health and where the U.S. stacks up against the rest of the world.
We are at a critical junction in the state of Kleinhans Music Hall.
Plus, more than just music, the piece of history this old building represents and the multi-million-dollar effort to bring it into the future.
Tonight at 5:30, investing in the arts, the commitment the Queen City is making to a mecca of music, and why city leaders say this place means so much. And seeking a second opinion, the resources that are available to put your mind at ease and how they just might save your life. And growing gardens, how an effort to make it easier for people to finish fresh fruit might have priced them out of their own neighborhood. And good evening. We begin with a weather alert tracking the risk of storms across western New York. Meteorologist Mary Beth Roble is here to tell us what we're going to be looking at.
Well, Febin, we are still awaiting a cold front moving through western New York. That's not going to happen until later tonight. And around that time, that's when we're going to see a line of showers and thunderstorms pushing through. Until then, though, you can enjoy a nice, quiet, muggy evening out there. We have partly sunny skies. Super Doppler is showing that we're quiet as well. Just a leftover shower around Bradford, Limestone into Otto and Lewis Run across the southern tier. But otherwise, we're going to be dry up until about 10 o'clock tonight. The Storm Prediction Center just updated this map and continues with us in a severe weather threat with the chance of potentially damaging wind gusts and also some hail. And again, the best threat will be between 10 o'clock tonight and 2 o'clock in the morning. Until then, temperatures will stay steamy. We'll be in the 70s with high humidity and some strong wind gusts too. I'll be back with a complete forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Well, Mary Beth, thank you. Also tonight, a Hamburg man is accused of attacking, kidnapping, and raping a woman. Scott Saracena was indicted Tuesday morning. He is accused of grabbing a woman in Chautauqua County back in August, driving her to his home in Hamburg, then assaulting her. Saracena also has charges pending in several unrelated cases. Millions of dollars will give a Buffalo landmark a much-needed facelift. Local and state leaders announced the start of an $18 million renovation project at Kleinhans Music Hall. Now, senior reporter Eileen Buckley tells us how this money will be spent and how the impact Kleinhans has on the community.
Kleinhans Music Hall at Symphony Circle on the city's west side is home to the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra, a national landmark built to provide acoustic perfection, one of the best in the world. A trip into the hall's archive room, and you'll learn it opened in 1940, named after the man who helped fund it, Edward Kleinhans, who once operated the Kleinhans Men's Shop. Kleinhans and his wife, Mary Seaton, had a dream to build a music hall. They died 3 months apart, leaving a bulk of their estate to the city to create Kleinhans. But after 82 years, the building is getting much-needed repairs to the roof and other upgrades.
We have to take care of this building here. And today, it's good to look out and see people on the roof repairing a roof.
City, county, and state leaders gathered to announce funding as part of a community campaign for Kleinhans Music Hall titled Keeping It Modern.
We are at a critical junction in the state of Kleinhans Music Hall.
Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra's executive director, Dan Hart, was joined by Mayor Byron Brown, who says he's working with the Common Council to contribute more than $2.2 million toward the project.
It is a city building, and the city has always been at the table with us on important projects.
Erie County, which already provides hundreds of thousands of dollars to the BPO as part of cultural funding, is offering an additional $650,000 for this campaign. Hart says they've already raised $14 million of their $21 million capital campaign goal. $18 million will be spent on the repairs and restoration. $3 million will be used to create an endowment.
I guess most people in the community would probably know Kleinhans because of the high school graduations and college graduations.
And for decades, this concert hall has been a centerpiece of civic engagement. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke here on stage back in 1967. The BPO also serves about 40,000 school students a year through youth concerts at Kleinhans. That includes Buffalo Public Schools students.
And they get to see the hall, and it's really great to see their faces when they walk in, and they just, they look out and say, wow, if they're here for the first time.
And Hart tells me they want to make the hall more accessible to community groups. Eileen Buckley, 7 News, Buffalo.
Eileen, thank you. Well, medical researchers say the pandemic had a big effect on women's health. A Gallup survey looked at the overall health of women around the world. They looked at factors like mental health and preventative care. Researchers say the U.S. averaged a 61 out of 100, and that is higher than the global average of 53, down a point from the previous year. Well, going through a medical issue is tough on everyone. Getting the right information is critical, but getting a second opinion can be very expensive. Chris Stewart shows us how one group is making a difference and how it might have saved one man's life.
I started having some heart rhythm issues.
Active for most of his life, Dan Walden knew something was off when he could no longer keep up with his grandkids.
So I finally got to where they did an MRI on my heart.
That MRI and blood work pointed to a rare disease called AL amyloidosis. It can kill people in months without treatment. But all of Dan's biopsies were negative, so doctors in his home state of Georgia couldn't diagnose him.
Feeling like I was dying, and we didn't have any answers.
Searching for answers, Dan reached outside of Georgia virtually to the Cleveland Clinic for a second opinion, a decision he says saved his life.
Literally within 2 weeks of me engaging the Cleveland Clinic, they responded to me with a positive diagnosis.
Now he's getting the medical attention he needs. More people like him are turning to virtual technologies for quicker access to life-saving treatment. The virtual second opinion market is expected to be worth more than $7 billion by 2024. That's up from roughly $3 billion a few years ago. But not everyone has the power to access a second opinion. Getting one of the nation's top doctors to speak with you over Zoom can come at a pretty high cost.
They do require payment, sometimes out of pocket, sometimes partially by insurance.
That's where Dr. Howard Kleckner is making a difference. He and his team, known as the Second Opinion, are removing all barriers to care.
But there's nothing quite like this.
Most of the physicians on staff are retired but still want to practice medicine, and they're willing to do it without a paycheck.
We have over 70 doctors who volunteer their time.
Everything is done via Zoom. An expert panel meets directly with patients and their families to review their case and go over treatment options. Kleckner says it's not about finding other doctors' mistakes. In fact, they rarely do. He says their mission is much more than that.
They need reassurance that they're doing the right thing. And I think that's what we can provide, the comfort and understanding that they need to go through their treatment.
Right now, the Second Opinion only offers free virtual second opinions to people in California. They hope to see the effort expand to other states.
It's a very worthwhile service that we can provide the community, particularly those people who otherwise either wouldn't have the means or understanding to obtain additional information.
As for Dan, he's thankful for his second chance and the time he gets to spend with his grandkids.
It's important to me to be active enough that I can be a good granddad.
One Bills fan has made a unique fashion statement. All new tonight at 6. How this show of support for the Bills support people who grew up far away from the center. Bills Mafia.
Coming up in just a bit, I'm working on a masterpiece. Well, maybe not quite a masterpiece yet. I'm Mike Randall. We'll have that story coming up.
Welcome back. A man who has dedicated his life to art has a new project. He's letting people work together to create a collaborative masterpiece. Our man Mike Randall took his shot and tells us how you can be a part of this abstract adventure.
You'll want to remember this day, the day I painted my first abstract.
I like this kind of yellow-green too.
But first, let's take this back to the beginning. It starts with talented artist Charles Clough.
I wasn't focused on this concept of big art until I was 20.
Charles has devoted his career to abstract expressionism. His work has appeared in 80 solo shows, 150 group shows, and 600 of his works hang in 70 museums.
You know, over 50 years, I got a lot of work out there.
His studios are on the Roycroft Campus, a colorful, comfy place he refers to as the Clough Institute.
Is this all house paint? Interior latex paint?
He's surrounded by his tools of the trade, like this handy item he invented for painting huge pictures.
To paint in that scale, I came up with big fingers.
Charles says people often look at abstract art and think,
my kid could do that.
So part of his mission has been to facilitate average folks like you and me the opportunity to do exactly that.
What are you looking for? Color shapes, the quality of the blend.
Each season, Charles initiates a work that has as many as 24 participating painters. Here's last season's piece.
I gouge and I grind the surface. So there's a kind of a mottled effect.
You want to jump in? You just sign a release and then follow the rules, which are, there are no rules. Once my paint dries, the next person can take a shot at it.
Are you Irish?
I'm thinking I should put some fall colors in this.
The process is photographed and put into a book. You want to get in on the fun? Just call Charles Clough, or you can contact him through his website at clough.com. That's 3 F's in Clough.
I like to make art. It's very gratifying.
It is, but my turn is over, and this work in progress is ready for the next artist to step into the Clough Institute. Mike Randall, 7 News, East Aurora.